Grief is something people can connect to. And that's the story you need to tell.
Lauren was disarmed 20 minutes before Adam was killed.
That makes sense to you, Ethan?
You're asking him to put himself in the mind of his father's killer?
Wake up, Chloe. I think Ethan killed his
Hello, Lorraine. Hello, Corey. How you doing?
Good,
Hello,
how's it going?
Jamal.
All right, Jamal Finkley with BlackTree TV. I love a good whodunit. And I mean, like this one, it twists and twists and twists all the way to the end. And I wonder, just as an actor, do you read along to figure it out when you get the script? Do you read all the way through before you say yes or no and figure out like what's going to happen, or do you have to act out by episode to keep it authentic for you?
No, we all know the end. We know the end, and as an actor, it's helpful to actually know the end because oftentimes I work front to back and back to front so that you're setting up you know what the payoffs are, and so you can kind of know how best to really set things up and how to camouflage things and how to red herring things, because kind of what we do is so intentional. It's not left to chance really. And so we're really helping to craft a narrative in the best possible way. So it's important to see the whole.
Yeah.
That being said,
Yes.
you know, a TV series is a living, breathing thing as you're shooting it, and they're constantly doing rewrites and adjustments. And so, you know, I can't remember how many episodes I was given when I signed on, but I don't think I could read the whole thing. I had a basic sense of where the character was going.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But you know, I think, you know, within that context of knowing where you're going, you can only really play the scene that you've got in front of you at the moment and play that fully. And if the scripts aren't there, all the sort of prefiguring and trying to sort of strategize isn't going to help you because it's got to be on the page. And we were lucky to really have that with this project.
Well, I wonder, since your character does a lot in flashback sequences, is it shot in any type of sequential? Or did they stack your days together, or is it within the way that it's being edited out for the playback?
I mean, I think the schedule is usually more dependent on, you know, what locations are available at what time. And so normally with any TV show, you're shooting things out of order, but it was really, you know, on steroids with this because, you know, you could be shooting one scene in one decade and then, you know, the next scene is in another decade and then you go back and you could be alive and you could be dead. And so you really just sort of have to sort of stay present with whatever you're doing at the moment.
Lorraine, I don't know if you remember, but we really go way back to 2012 in middle of nowhere. I was like working with Ava to help get her first thing out. I remember like those were the first conversations I've had with you as an actor. But I gotta ask, because I know you went to the Fame High School and went to Juilliard.
So did I.
No, really?
Yeah.
Corey did too. Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Wow.
really?
Yeah.
Was it really that, since there's been so many great actors to come out of there, was it really that intense? I know you did Juilliard too, but just as a high school, was it really intense and competitive to go through that program like that?
It was anything but competitive. It was so collaborative and so joyous and so, you know, oftentimes, you know, that Fame movie, they actually came to the school. I remember them coming to the school and interviewing us as students and sitting around and documenting what the school really was like. And I went to the old version of the school on 46th Street when it really was the High School of Performing Arts. And so actually, so one of the stories in the Fame film is my story.
Really?
So, yeah, it really is. And so no, we really did play music at lunch. We really did dance on the tables. We did all of that. And I got to tell you, as a kid who came from, as an immigrant kid who came to this country and suddenly at 11 discovered I wanted to be an actor and found myself in that environment. It saved my life, and it was the first time I actually came alive and found my voice, found my purpose very, very quietly, and found that I had this gift that I would have been like an alien in the country I came from. I would have been an alien. And so it was my salvation. I loved being there. I can't believe you were there. That's so cool.
I'm gonna cry. I mean, beautiful.
Yeah, this is a great show. Can't wait till everybody gets to see it. I'm glad I connected some alumni on here that I could talk about fame.
Yeah, that warmed my heart. Thank you for that.
Take care. Thank you.